Welcome back to the Runpreneur vlog, and today we're going to be talking about know your customer and how to action feedback. So the Runpreneur vlog is part of the Runpreneur challenge, which is our mission to raise £1 million for children's charities that cover the whole spectrum of issues affecting children on a global scale. So we will genuinely be saving lives by raising this money, and we're going to do that by embarking upon a crazy running challenge whereby we're going to run vlog on consecutive days the distance of one lap around the world. It is a 12-year in total consecutive day running challenge. I have to do at least 5 kilometres every day whilst vlogging, and I even do it barefoot style. It's a huge 40,075 kilometres in total. That's just shy of 25,000 miles. So it's a huge challenge ahead of me. So if you want to find out how to support the challenge, please check out the links in my bios or go to the website challenge.runpreneur.co, and let's get started. So, know your customer, or NYC. You see this acronym almost everywhere when it comes to kind of applying for financial mortgages, or when you're getting advice of some kind. You have to complete the know your customer, or NYC aspect of it. And what this is all about is, if you have a product or service to sell, then the most important people you can listen to, or stakeholders you can listen to, are your customers, because ultimately their feedback is going to tell you what they want. If you provide what they want, then ultimately it should result in an increase in sales or revenue. Okay, that's the general principles behind it. It's not always that quite simple, because you're assuming that know your customer is every one of your customers is going to give you the same feedback. It doesn't happen. But what you'll find is there will be some common trends. So you understand what know your customer is. So how can you actually use this to your advantage? Well, whatever business or industry you're in, you need to have a feedback loop in operation. Okay, so what we mean by that is the ability for customers to easily and simply give you some feedback on your offering. And if you start asking them for laborious surveys and phone calls and things, it's probably not going to happen. But if you can obtain it in a relatively straightforward manner that is where there's less friction to the customer, then you're highly likely to obtain some really useful data. And one of my business mentors has told me many times, the business is easy. It's knowing your customer, getting feedback on what you're doing, and doing what they tell you to change. And when you put it into that perspective, it makes it sound so easy. So often, one of the challenges is obtaining the customer feedback. And there's a lot of people out there have different personalities. Some people are very forthcoming in their feedback, and almost to the extent, to the level that it can almost be rude. But don't ever take criticism negatively. Without criticism in a constructive manner, you're not going to be able to improve what you do. So embrace these people. Really important to kind of do that. Second, you want to try and find a way to extract feedback from those who would be less likely to give it, to be less forthcoming. And you often get kind of champions within your consumer base. And a prime example is, I was using this analogy with a good friend of mine who has a gym, and he's a very confident personal trainer, and with confidence probably comes a degree of intimidation. So he has people that gives him feedback, and it helps him mould his offering to his clients. But he has people that never speak to him after a session, and it's probably because they're quite passive or less secure in their views. So in those situations, he's managed to kind of not recruit, but appoint some key individuals within his client base who are champions of his business, but their mission is to obtain feedback in a very informal way from the people who have struggled to give it. okay? And then they will feed back to him on a monthly basis, which allows him to make changes, which improves his business for all of his consumers rather than just the ones that are forthright in their opinions. So that's a really cool way, getting people, or getting kind of people within your consumer base or customer stakeholder group to help collate that feedback, which is really, really important. So that's a couple of ways in which you can do it. So why should you adopt this in your business? Well, really, really simply, you know, customers, clients, consumers, whatever you want to call them, are the lifeblood of your business. Without them, you'll make no revenue. Without revenue, you've got no way to cover your overhead. Without covering your overhead, you have no profit. Without any profit, you have an insolvent business. So hopefully there's enough reason to do it. And believe you me, once you've started a business, you've worked so hard to get off the ground, you should be spending as much time as possible listening to your customer, because they will help you build a business that serves their needs better than any other. And if you do that, and you have that intimate relationship with your consumer base, you'll have an audience or a business full of super fans, and super fans will support your business forever and more. So hope this is useful, hope it's eye-opening, but it is important. People always think, oh, NYC, sorry, not NYC, KYC, know your customer, as being, oh, just another administrative chore. But believe you me, there is an underlying reason behind it, and it can make a massive difference to your business. So I hope that's useful. Any questions, drop me a comment. Otherwise, please do get behind the Runpreneur Challenge, which is our mission to save the lives of children by raising a staggering £1 million for 6 amazing children's charities, which between them cover the whole spectrum of issues affecting children on a global scale. And by doing so, we're going to be trying to run vlog on consecutive days, a distance of 1 lap around the world. A staggering challenge. If you want to find out how to support it and find out more about it, please go to the links in my bios or the website challenge.runpreneur.co. Runpreneur is spelled RUNPRENEUR.co, not .co.uk, just .co. So challenge.runpreneur.co. Find out more, get involved, stay positive, stay happy, and I'll see you tomorrow.